Hey guys, welcome to the Play for Life Comics FOC video for the week of 7/13/22. Little explanation behind, we are a full service comic book shop here in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Drop on by, check us out. We are open 7 days a week. We do 20% off new releases every Wednesday. What this video is us bringing attention to books that are coming out 3 to 5 weeks out, typically, with some exceptions. And we give you a chance to pre-order those books through us at 20% off for the single issue books. We can't offer that on some of the omnibuses and hardcovers we advertise. In the case of some of these, they're coming out 3 weeks. A lot of the indies, Marvel's typically about 4 weeks. And we do offer 20% on these. We do have an attached form where you can fill out. You can fill out all the books we feature, but there are dozens of other books that we don't have time to feature on this video and keep it interesting that you can fill out on that sheet. We leave a blank form at the bottom. And that's also helpful if you want 10 copies of something that you're speculating on, something like that. That is something we do. So, yeah, we'll get on started. If you got any questions, reach out through comments, through messaging, whatever. These videos are on YouTube and Facebook if there is a better way you like to enjoy them. So we'll get started. New image number 1 coming out 7/13/22, so second week of July. Above Snakes, number 1 of 5. So great indie miniseries if you're just looking for something short to follow that's not your run-of-the-mill superhero stuff. This is a good one for that. You got a great A cover by Hayden Sherman. You also got a great blank sketch cover there. Again, 7/13/22. And I will point out, so we don't focus on all the books. The 2 websites you're going to want to remember, if it's DC and there's a new title that's also only available through them towards the end. It's Artist Elite, I believe. Those you can check out on lunardistribution.com. Everything else we get through Diamond, but the site to check is previews.com, previewsworld.com. I like to type in FOC previews. It usually pops up for the current week. Great way to see all the books available through them. Overwatch from Dark Horse. This is another one of the mini series for the Overwatch video game. This one seems to have more of a Western bend to it. This is New Blood, number 1 of 5. So if that's something you're into, there's a good option for you. Also 7/13/22. Got a great B cover from Dustin Nguyen. Who's the A cover? Irene
Which always
Coe.
just really so strange to me because I always remember him in 21 Jump Street.
Oh, yeah. Not the same guy, is
Yeah.
it? Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I did not know that. It's kind of like Judd Winnick was a big comic book artist guy, and I remember him off of 3rd season or so of The Real World.
Mm-hmm.
He was an artist in San Francisco. Young Hellboy, another one of their mini-series from Dark Horse also. This is Assault on Castle Death. So if Hellboy's your thing, which I have fun reading these because I don't have to put too much thought into them because I don't have to follow 20 issues. Is a good 4-parter, one and done, and they're pretty good with as long as you know the background of the character, you can jump right in. Couple great characters here. Tansi Zanjic. Yeah, you guys can have a good laugh at me trying to pronounce some of these names. Javier Garan. Oh, sorry, this is Avengers 58. This is first Ghost Ronin. So they've been doing these time-jumping versions of Ghost Rider. The first one was probably Ghost Rider of, I think it's 10,000 or 10 million.
1 million BC.
1 million BC. And then there's a bunch of zeros in there. Where he's riding the woolly mammoth, which was pretty cool. This is Ghost Ronin. So they're in a medieval Japan, feudal Japan kind of setting. So there you go. There's a good first appearance to jump on to. This is 7/20/22, so 3rd week of July. You got a E.M. Geist Predator variant, which looks really great. And a Rob Liefeld Deadpool that does feature feet and hands for the Deadpool 30th anniversary cover there. I'm sure there's a handful of pouches on there too. There's got to be. Axe Judgment Day #1. We featured the Zero issue on the show last week. This is kind of the big summer event this year. This one it's Avengers, Eternals, and X-Men all together fighting a big threat. This is a great Mark Brooks cover. He just does a great job of kind of like George Perez always did. He does a great group cover.
And not to correct you, but actually, there is no great threat. They're fighting each other.
Oh, is that what it is?
Supposedly,
I was misinformed. I'm sorry,
the
guys.
secrets of the X-Men that they've never told anybody else, and somebody leaked some of these secrets to the Avengers, who are not very happy with the X-Men now, and the X-Men have proclaimed themselves the new gods of Earth, which have angered the Eternals.
Okay,
so it's going to be.
So it's kind of like Civil War on steroids, kind of. Okay, all right. I was unaware. I should read these solicitations better, guys. Is what that comes down to. I really like this Patrick Gleason cover. A little different than some of the Webhead stuff he became well known for in the past year or so. It's got a real like old movie poster quality to it. This is the Momoko cover. Ron Lim cover. The Lucas Werneck Women of Axe cover, also a great cover there. And we are on to Iron Man. Now, this is the first appearance of a villain named Switchback. Of course, this is probably in the aftermath of Iron Man. The one that came out this week, he was asking Patsy Walker to marry him. So a lot of stuff going on in Iron Man right now. Great Alex Ross A cover. Those never disappoint. Got a Coelho Hellfire Gala cover there. This is a Unzueta cover. Pretty good looking cover there as well. On to Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings #1. And this is the first appearance of, I believe it's a villain named Red Cannon. So there you go. If you're trying to follow some of the Shang-Chi stuff, here's a good jumping on point for that. They tend to get pretty good artists for this one too. I like some of the action type stuff they do with it. This is a Dyke Ruan cover, also out 7/20/22. Art Germ, one of my favorites. This is a really cool action kind of cover. It's got some more photorealism than, this thing just kind of jumps off the page at you. So great cover. We'll definitely go heavy on these. We always do well with the Art Germs. So here you go. And I kind of like this too. Bacalo. I don't know. Something about the sharks floating around. Just a good looking cover. Hellfire Gala, Namor cover. So there you go if that's your taste. And a Lionel Francis Yu cover. On to Spider-Gwen and the Gwenverse #4 of 5. Coming to the end of the series. This is the David Nakayama A cover. And this is also a first appearance of Iron Gwen. Kind of an amalgamation of Iron Man and Gwen Stacy. Great A cover there, but this one's my favorite. They've been doing this kind of Greg Land homaging his own covers. A little different, but definitely made for some great covers. This might be my favorite out of them so far. It was a really good Wolverine one this week. On to Star Wars. This one's kind of interesting because there's so much going on in Star Wars continuity. This is a 25th anniversary or 25th issue, so they're kind of doing something different. This is an anthology piece. I'd like to point out it's only $3.99, so there's several stories in here. Probably 5 to 6 stories, and it's a one and done. That's it's just a good. You read a couple short stories and you're done. You don't have to get caught up in what's been going on the last 24 issues. Just get in there and enjoy yourself. Some recognizable characters. You got Kylo Ren, you got Poe Dameron, you got Anakin and Obi-Wan, Darth Vader. I believe that's the Inquisitor in the back. So there's a Pagwalian cover. A lot of great covers on this too, by the way. Giuseppe Camuncoli cover.
And just a lot of covers on this
one. Well,
also.
Yeah, there are a lot. Great Anakin Skywalker, Tyler Christopher action figure variant. This is your J.J. Kirby Pride variant. Good looking variant there. Phil Noto, kind of a Poe Dameron cover there. I always like Phil Noto's stuff. I'm a sucker for it. Raymond Rosanas, Will Silney. These Sprouse ones, I didn't know how I felt about them when I first saw them. I think there was one that came out this week for General Grievous, but I kind of like these covers with the lightsaber off to the side. The Choose Your Destiny cover, so there's that one. On to Flavor Girls, number 1 of 3. So a nice short miniseries from Archaea here. From what I was picking up, these are kind of powered females, younger females that get their powers from the earth, and then a non-powered girl is trying to join the group and kind of, navigating that whole thing. So trying to be a part of a group she doesn't necessarily fit into. So I'm sure that can speak to a lot of people there. And then on to, this is kind of our hardcover of the week. This is Battle Action Special. This is out 9/14, so this one's a little further out. Patrick Goddard cover. This is written by Garth Ennis, who's pretty well known. Some of his war stuff is just really good. And this is an anthology piece, $24.99. So you're going to get multiple stories starting in about World War II, going on up into the 80s with some of the terrorist attacks in London and places like that. And these are all going to be war-type stories from Garth Ennis. So definitely one to grab. Something a little different, switch it up. It can't, doesn't always have to be superheroes. I like reading all kinds of stuff myself. Blink number 1. Now this one's, I'm gonna see if I can get this right. This one was pretty complicated. A young girl, like baby, is found abandoned, covered in blood. As she grows up, these videos start going viral or whatever online and streaming and things. And as she's seeing these videos, she starts getting flashes of what happened to her, where she came from. Nobody knew where she came from. It was all shrouded in mystery. So she's trying to figure this stuff out. And as she's getting these flashes, and so there you go. Could be a pretty interesting book from Oni Press. Another Natasha Alderici cover. And an Erica Henderson cover. So there you go. Blink number 1 should be something pretty interesting. Brother of All Men. This one sounded pretty wild too. You got a Moran cover. This is Aftershock. And they've been doing some great stuff, by the way. This man comes back from the Great War, so World War I. This is, I think we figured about 8 or 10 years later or something.
And he's a private eye.
Yeah, private investigator, and he goes into rural Canada to rescue his brother from a cult and gets drawn in by the cult leader himself. So could be interesting. Not sure if it's an ongoing or a mini. This one's 7/13, so second week of July, and that's from Aftershock. Florida Man. This one was one we had a good laugh about. I play this game called Florida Man. It's all about these crazy headlines from Florida. You got to guess which one's real and fake and that kind of thing. But in this book, they're trying to a man and woman kind of go from rags to riches and riches to rags and trying to figure out what's their next scheme, and they're always getting into something. So there's kind of an online community that has collected a lot of these crazy Florida Man headlines, and I think this is somebody trying to kind of catch that in comic book form. So this is 7/27, last week of July. So this could be a fun read. Definitely check that out. You got a Mulrooney cover. Nice Salaza cover, which is kind of an homage to the old suntan lotion, right?
Coppertone.
Coppertone, yeah. The Coppertone baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This one also kind of caught my interest. This is She Bites from Scout Comics, Hernandez cover. This is a 130-something-year-old vampire stuck in the body of a 9-year-old girl to where she can't even and she's in the modern world, she can't even bum a smoke. You know what I mean? And so she hires a babysitter, quote unquote, basically, who turns out to be kind of half crazy anyway, and they're getting into all kinds of stuff. So that could be kind of wild. So I'll probably definitely at least check out the first one, see if it sticks. Two Gun Terror. Now this is, Hansel said, it's kind of right up my alley. This is a horror Western piece where the West is populated with monsters. Not all are bad guys. And so that could be a lot of fun with that. I always like that kind of thing. Kind of paranormal Western stuff is kind of right up my alley. You got a Hazer Hassan cover. So the A cover was a Jason Craig cover. And probably my favorite, the Buzz Hassan Dead Sheriff cover. Just great line work. Kind of has some early Walking Dead feel to it. So that's Two Gun Terror. This is the new company. Now, this one you'll only find on lunardistribution.com. And I'll mention previewsworld.com again as well for other things you guys want to search. Like I said, we focus on a very small amount of these things. There's dozens of other books available every weekend. Trade paperbacks, hardcovers, graphic novels, all that stuff. They also have toys and things. We tend to steer away from that because those things take forever to get out. But this has some big names attached to it. It's got some great covers. This one kind of reminded me of the X-Men cover with Black Widow and Wolverine and Captain America. So you got that one. Then you got a Brett Booth Lost Serpent cover. Tyler Kirkman Final Boss cover. And a L.A. Garza Sandwiches cover. Very kind of cheesecakey thing there. And I believe that is the last book of the night, guys. So get those orders in. We do ask you to get them in by noon on Saturday Eastern time. Of course, we can ship out to you, and if you're one of our out-of-staters, reach out to us. We'll let you know what's shipping and things like that, and we'll work with you. Especially if you're already a regular on our other show, which I'll also plug. We do 3 sales shows a week, Tuesday nights and Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, and 9 a.m. for 2 hours on Sunday mornings Eastern time as well. So definitely check that out. We have a great time, sell a lot of great books. I always try to get new, fresh stuff for you. So I appreciate you guys putting up with us this evening, and we will catch you next time, and y'all all have a great, safe week out there. Take it easy, guys.